Welcome back, everyone, to Kaiserreich, and it's been a long while since I've actually played the mod, and actually it's been a while since I've recorded really anything, so I'll be really rusty, but whatever. As you can see from the title, it's the new update, so we'll try to check it out playing as Sweden. Now, if we take a look at, what's basically been added in the update is a rework of the Nordic region, so Denmark, Sweden, and Finland, because Norway was already reworked. So we are gonna dive into here and hope that it's fun to play around here. So yeah, this is gonna be our area of preference. Hold on, those are really loud, and this is really not loud. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing as Sweden, which is obviously the greatest country on Earth because it's where Paradox are from, and so it's definitely not gonna be overpowered. Thankfully, though, this is how many civilian factories? Oh, a few civilian factories. Thankfully, though, this is Kaiserreich, so it's not made by Swedish developers, so it should be challenging. Anyway, other than these ramblings, one of the reason I picked Sweden is because they completely reworked the tree. So yeah. So what I am going to do? Ooh, oil. Ooh, steel. Holy shit. Nice. Anyway, so the reason I went with this. You can even get factories for tanks. Do you have tungsten though? Yeah, you kind of do. Huh, so tanks are actually a possibility. Anyway, so the reason I went for this is because I want to try to do the Treaty of Stockholm and Nordic Federation, and I hope that that's not going to be too boring. But anyway, so the way the treaty is structured, it seems that there is a left-hand side that's for, you know, democratic politics. Then there is a few other options that we're not going to be going for. There's SUCCDEM, and there's like military government and stuff like that. And then on the right side, there's all the economy and other stuff. So it's a very standard tree. And let's get digging. The issues at hand. While we enjoy relative prosperity compared to other countries in Europe, the people are still not satisfied. We cannot ignore their issues, both economic and social, that we face as a nation. As our term winds down, we must be sure that we have done everything we can for the Swedish people, especially as we seek re-election. So right now we have a conservative government, the Allmänna Fallmansförbundet. Fucking lovely Swedish language. We have the conservative army leadership. We have statare, who are contract workers. They are paid in kind with foodstuffs rather than with money, and their continued existence as a relic of the pre-modern era has become somewhat of a national embarrassment due to their poor conditions. Oops. And political instability minus 10%. Okay, so Sweden in 1936. After the Germans stood victorious in the Weltkrieg, Sweden had to adjust to a new world order. As such, few considered it surprising when the Swedish government announced that Sweden would join the German organization of Mitteleuropa. Benefiting heavily from this, Arvid Lindman and his conservatives, who's probably our prime minister, or something. No, that's Gustav Bugge. Whatever. Managed to fend off the Social Democrat attempts to take over power for electoral triumph, solidly putting Sweden on the map as a bulwark of conservatism in Scandinavia. This may change, however, as Lindman retired 2 years ago. That explains it. This year's the new leader, Gustav Bugge, who also succeeded Lindman as prime minister, will lead his first elections. Will he too be able to fend up his nemesis on the opposition, Per Albin Hansson, who I'm guessing is going to be the Social Democrat? For Sverige. Well, we'll see. Without, really caring about spoiling anything, I do want to go Social Democrat, because I want to be a total scum dick and make great Sweden. Makes great social democracy Sweden. Oh, forced application? Oh, so the Nordic Federation can actually be a republic. Forced abdication, a SAP SPV coalition rose to power. I'm guessing that the SPV are like the syndicalists. Okay, so Sveriges Socialdemokratiska Vänsterparti, so the left party, and the Socialdemokratiska Arbetarpartiet, so the workers' party. Alright. So, okay. So if I make a coalition with the syndicalists, I can make the king abdicate, which probably isn't the bestest idea, but whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at our armed forces and see what's happening. So we have electoral gridlock in France. I'm guessing that this game is going to be heavily based on observing, because, you know, democratic countries tend to not really get into a lot of wars, unfortunately. So, fighters, tactical bombers, and naval bombers. Fair enough. In terms of divisions, we have 13 of them. Really good commanders. So, most of them are what template? Oh, what? Cavalry in the infantry division. That's gonna have to change. So, support artillery. One full-on cavalry division. I hope it doesn't have infantry in it. No, it doesn't. And then a couple of garrison divisions, which are just what you'd expect. So I'm going to use these to train because they don't waste artillery guns when they do that. And you have artillery? Yeah, you do. In terms of military production, we're producing rifles, artillery, and support equipment. Okay. Yeah, do actually get producing that support equipment because we are in a really good position when it comes to resources. We have pretty much everything. And we also have panzer shifts that are building. Oh, that's really nice. Our navy. Let's check that out. So our navy is actually pretty damn good. Anyway, the issues at hand. Big business, agricultural reforms, and the people's pleas. Monthly population plus 10%. Civilian factory construction speed, thank you so much. I will take that. So reassure big business. We must ensure the continued support from the corporations for our cabinet. They are an essential cornerstone of Sweden's economy, and they must be reassured that we are on their side and don't intend to hinder them with pointless regulations. Of course! A few investments will suffice in exchange for their loyalty, or they might not, because Black Monday, of course. So, of course, German stock market imploded, and they're coming over. Sweden has become highly dependent on German trade. I wonder why. Of course, the Kornilov March that always plays. Wait, am I not on weighted? Yeah, I am on weighted. It's fine. Since the Weltkrieg, blah blah blah, joining the organization of Mitteleuropa together with Denmark, who we shall look into, you know, closely because, you know, they're Denmark and Norway, whatever happens to them will be important to us, obviously. As such, our trade relations have become increasingly one-sided, being aimed at countries in the tariff-free zone. Germany, Denmark, and the German puppet states on the Baltic coast, at the cost of other trading partners, such as Norway and Great Britain. So we're fucked. We can change something. Ooh, civilian economy to early mobilization? Yes. Thank you so much. That is really good because it will sort of help offset Black Monday. And we can get ahead of military intelligence. Daily political power gains 0.10. So that's 1 political power every 10 days. So that's 500 days to get back the political power. But, you know, he's going to pay for himself. Okay. Give me that. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's probably going to be changed whenever... Oh, well, that was a waste of political power. And it's fucking Kaiserreich, so political power is at a premium. Anyway, as I said, it's probably going to be a heavily observer-based game, so it's not going to be the most, you know, exciting one. Going to be very heavily edited, I think, after a while. You know, we're going to be seeing what happens around the world in the new 0.9 patch, especially with the American Civil War changes. It might be interesting to see what happens in the Americas, because they've also changed the American Civil War. And, man, we are gaining oil. From where, exactly? Daily gain 48. Why? Are we trading for it, or what? We don't have any oil and we're not trading for it, but we are gaining it? Oh, because there's just a very, very low base gain and we're not consuming any of it because all of our army is made up of people with horses. Okay, I see. And we lack infantry equipment. Okay, I see. That is fine. Nice. So our navy. That's what we were checking out. Of course, Tibet has joined the Great Khanate. Can't wait for the China update, though. Man, holy hell. Anyway, so our fleet. We have South Carolina class. Okay. HMS Sverige. It's a South Carolina. Did we buy that from the Americans? Whatever. Pride of the fleet. Oh, 100 political power. Oh, to unassign or replace. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna make the South Carolina class our pride of the fleet. It might have been a better idea to do... Okay, design. And what about the other one? That's also a South Carolina class. We also have seemingly indigenous, the Odin class, which might be Odin, you know, the man himself. Alright. We actually don't have the South Carolina class, it's just... We have the Wrangel class? So what, is that like a Russian ship? Okay. Okay, never mind. Electronic mechanical engineering, thank you so much. So we have 9 dreadnought types, which is absolutely insane. Like, the dreadnought race really came to Scandinavia, although some of these aren't actually all that big. These Eren class, they've got 41 heavy attack. Oh no, they're actually the same as the South Carolina. I'm an idiot. They're actually pretty much the same, yeah. Alright, so we have 9 of those. Then we have a armored cruiser, an aircraft carrier, because why the fuck not? It's a seaplane tender, actually, of some kind. Looks like a seaplane tender. How many planes can it carry? 20. Not bad. And then a bunch of destroyers, and a couple of submarines. So that's actually really nice. Good navy. 5-year commemoration of Odalen. In 1941, a large march of strikers marched towards the barracks for blacklegs who were working at local factories. I have no idea what blacklegs are. The police had called in the military for support, and before the day was over, the riots had ended. Oh, Jesus Christ. Had ended in 5 strikers being killed by military fire. Ever since then, yearly marches are held in memory of the dead workers among socialists, although conservatives claim that the workers were armed and attacked them first. Well, of course. Who would be attacking first? Either fucking half-starved people with no military training, or, you know, people with guns. Whatever. And with the law on their side. The strikes of this year are unusually large. What should we do? Let them. They'll tire out eventually. Wasn't this once enough? Send in the military. We'll just let them. I doubt that anything bad could happen from this. Except maybe the revolution or something. Anyway, Per Albin Hansen criticizes our crisis response. Of course. So, social democratic popularity. Man, we're getting like no army experience. We're gonna have to do something about this. Anyway, agricultural reforms. As we continue modernizing Sweden, we must ensure that nobody is left behind. While urban industry is vital to our success, rural farms and towns are important as well. We shall touch up some of our laws to assist them and some investments as well. Anyway, rising SSV membership. Although the opposition is clearly led by the SAP, 2 smaller socialist parties are active as well. The Sveriges Socialdemokratiska Vänsterparti, which would identify as radical socialists who are strongly in favor of the cause of the so-called Third International, and the Vänsterpartiet Totalitaristerna, who are socialists, which partakes this year for the first time in the Swedish election. Especially the former party is seeing sharp increases in membership. Okay. I wonder what happens with Norway. Because, you know, Norway is always very interesting things it can do. Denmark has also gotten a new focus tree, which obviously a lot about the Black Monday. Of course. Denmark can be democratic. The King's Cabinet, of course, because fucking monarchy fanboys. And the hybrid regime, whatever that is. Which is like, you know, should we murder the king or not? Maybe not. Maybe we should just say that he is not good. It's basically just monarchical social democrat with a little bit of radicalism, it looks like, but whatever. Basic machine tools, concentrated industry. Thank you so much. No, Sweden really looks like it could be quite a bit of a production country, because it starts off with 24 factories, of which 16 are civilian. So we can grow the productive base quite a bit. Arvid Lindman supports the Bagge cabinet. Well, of course. I mean, he's the old prime minister. Why wouldn't he support a new one? Ooh, partial mobilization already. Okay, that is really good. How are we in terms of manpower? I mean, we already start off with a relatively large army. So how many men do we have under arms or whatever? We have 133,000 and we still have 18k. So we're definitely going to need more. But, you know, there's worse. In terms of technology, what can we build? Can build Naval Bomber 1, Interwar Bomber, Close Air Support 1. Oh, that is good. And then we can build the Veltrig Era tank. And we just have the basic infantry equipment. Ooh. Well, I guess that's fine. We're gonna just load up on the infantry equipment at the beginning with those factories on it. Obviously, because of Black Monday, our production is shit. But whatever. Agricultural reforms, address the people's pleas. And then, you know, we shall do the elections. After that, at some point, we're gonna need to deal with the Black Monday, of course. Ooh, research slot, like instantly. That's good. Royal Institute of Technology, research speed just plus 5% and 100% research bonus for industry. Thank you. Military factories, military civilian factories. Monthly population, oil shale, any SSAB, Le Cab. I mean, this is just really good. And then at the end we have either Mobilize Landstormen, which is the territorial militia, which is more recruitable population, or the Military Production Act. Okay, so that's more factories, whereas this is. Now we're gonna think about that when the time comes, whether we need one more or the other more. Should we just research the basic, well, the non-basic infantry equipment thing? I don't know. I feel like we definitely need to research transport ships before we forget. A vote for the SAP is a vote for Paris. Nothing personal, Anderson. So, of course, the conservatives are like, if you vote for the Social Democrats, you're voting for the Internationale. Of course, if you're voting for the conservatives, you're voting for Germany. So, yeah. And I don't even think that the left wing can even join the International. So, we do have a decision to join the Reichspakt, which is one of the following must be true. Norway has a totalist, syndicalist, radical socialist, or syndicalist-aligned social democratic government. Or Finland is a subject of the Russians, or the Russians-owned Nyland, which is... Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's the new ultra-nationalist Finland, the Lapua movement. So the big bear people are coming. Oh, shit. I think this means that they can take the aggressive expansionism. Yeah, they're going to take the aggressive expansionism. Oh, okay, so at least one war is going to happen with Finland if they don't die to Russia first, though. Anyway, Debate over military expenditure. I mean, we want to go social democracy, so the opposition completely trashed the budget proposal. Or the Volkspartiet saved Bage from a disgrace. Now we want to increase the social democratic popularity, because I don't even think that that's gonna really like do anything to our actual military budget. Because, you know, if we fund the Forsvarsbeslutet 1936. Oh, Mausergewehr 1938. Oh, okay, so before we take the rifle, we should, I guess, just take the focus. Because otherwise it's not going to do anything, okay? Then we have our senior staff officer, Archibald Douglas? You sound suspiciously English. Archibald Douglas? Are you English? Gilbert Hamilton? Ivor Holmquist? Some of these people sound suspiciously English. I think what happened is that we have a lot of Henry Peyron. I think what we have is that we have a lot of exiles from England in our country. Anyway. Address the people's fear, so that selection's the last. Okay, so let's just get the rifle out of the way. And, yeah. So... Alright, so... Germany, Asia, of course. So what we have is a difference between... Well, a choice between Holmquist, which is the infantry. Ski infantry. Nice. Mountain Division 1. Gain 2 elite mountain divisions. Or the Blitzkrieg. The Blitzkrieg Doctrine. So that's mobile warfare. Add technology. Gain 2 light armored divisions? What the fuck? That's so good. Yeah, okay, we're definitely going with the maneuver warfare because, you know, it's more fun. That's why. You can, however, do the FG-42. Oh no, it's a semi-automatic rifle. Yeah, I mean, 20th century Carolians or integrated support. So we get from this plus 0.50 armor speed. That's really random. 0.50 armor speed, so like 0.000 kilometers per hour faster. Leader experience gain, division training time, land doctrine research speed minus 20%. Wait, what? Shouldn't that be good? Why is it red? That should be good. But whatever. And research bonuses for mobile warfare and political power. But first off, we're gonna take the Crisis Act. Because, yeah. You know. Oh, Belgium Declaration of Independence. Are you insane? Well, let's see what happens with that. Anyway, our decisions, we can rally public support or legislate freedoms, blah, 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 who cares. Join the Reichspakt and invade Åland. If Finland has more than 70% surrender progress. Becomes owner and controller of Åland. Alrighty then, so that's if the Finnish are getting crushed by Russia. Which is, I feel like, relatively likely, TBH. Unless Russia seriously messes up. We're gonna send some troops to the border with Finland just in case. The 1946 Swedish Riksdag elections. That's definitely not Reichstag. The election campaign of 1936 has been dominated by underhanded tactics, stirred up emotions, and thinly veiled threats. At this point, the only certainty is that whoever will stand victorious after this election will need to cooperate with others to secure a majority. If the Social Democrats stand to be victorious, they would follow through with their threat to cooperate with the SPV. Serious trouble is to be expected. If the Conservatives win instead, Bage will secure his position as the carrier of Linden's legacy, but doubt will undoubtedly be sowed about the legitimacy of this election by disgruntled socialists. So of course we're going to do the SAP, the Social Democrats. Getter would be the AV remains on top, but yeah, that would remove political instability. But political instability is only 10% stability, so it's not that bad. So the SAP triumphs. Let's see. Elections at last. Alright. So that's opposition victory. However, we first need to have the cabinet. So, okay, so for the second time in history, for the first time since being in 1919, the Swedish Social Democrats, united in their SAP party, have secured a clear electoral victory over our rivals, especially the General Electoral League of Gustav Bagge. We do not possess an absolute majority, however, and will need to form an alliance with one of the other parties in the Riksdag. During the campaign already, we left the door open to work together with the radically socialist SVV, which will likely be the most straightforward path to achieving socialism by democratic means. Haha, that's possible apparently. But it would be a major upset and is likely to bring the Swedish right up in arms. Alternatively, we could form an alliance with the agrarian Bondeförbundet. This would likely require compromise on our vision, but it wouldn't nearly polarize Swedish politics as much. Whichever option we choose, Lindman's conservative era seems to finally be behind us, and a new Sweden shall rise from it. Okay. So, we either work together with the SVV, which allows us to fuck over the monarchy. Abolish statare, basis of democracy. But this is probably going to cause serious issues, you know? It's probably going to be really, really bad. Or we can be milquetoast and go with the social liberals. In which case, I don't know what the repercussions could be. Like, I'm guessing that working together with the liberals is just better overall. Well, what do we get in terms of actual, like, gameplay? So, radical socialism or social liberalism. We get the same cabinet except the economy minister changes. And the Minister of the Interior changes. So in here we get the crime fighter, which is fine. And the planned economy proponent, which is pretty bad. Whereas here we get the industrializer. And the silent lawyer, which is just better. And we remove the political instability. Let's just be milquetoast. I wonder what we are missing by not going with the SVV, but I'm guessing that this path is just useful if you want to go socialist or something, because it doesn't remove the political instability. So, who knows? Who knows? The capitalists. Anyway, let's work with the social liberals. Alright. So we are now a bunch of funky funkies. Absolute SUCCDEM. Absolute SUCCDEM. So yeah, we can change our law to free trade. That might be a good idea, but I mean, we're gonna have decisions to think about. Yeah, we're gonna have decisions to think about the Black Monday, so we're gonna need the political power, I think. 1936 Crisis Act, and also we got the opposition victory. The focus will bypass if the 1936 elections are won by the Social Democrats. That has not happened. Oh no, bypass, okay. Alright, so a coalition of the like-minded. We're gonna try to get this as quickly as possible, because I do not know... Yeah, this Treaty of Stockholm will trigger if Denmark, Norway, and Sweden are all democratic in June 1937. But see, the thing I don't understand about this is that... Okay, so Denmark has gone Democrat. Okay. What about Norway? Like, if the not democratic people win, and we try to, like, overthrow them or something, but we do not make it by June 36, will they just focus not fire? Or will the event not fire? I'm gonna have to fire it myself. Anyway. Yeah, let's just make the Treaty of Stockholm available. I feel like that's important. These other things... Monthly population plus 40%? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Anyway, drop the gold standard. Print extra money. Unemployment is 30%. Borrow 2 million kronor. We'll have to pay interest over the sum, of course. Raise taxes. Yes, the Social Democrats raise taxes. So start a public works, which is gonna add infrastructure. In Västergotland. Where the fuck is Västergotland? Okay, here. That's good. Yeah, let's subsidize a raw resource export. Oh! Plus 10% resource gain efficiency, but 20% resources to market. Fuck. Alright, let's do this. Cut welfare funding. No! That's not good. Raise taxes. Construction speed minus 25%. What? Why? Okay. We're gonna drop the gold standard. We're gonna print the extra money. Inflation 5%. Increase the Riksbank interest. Our inflation is lowered, but the interest will increase. Whatever. We haven't bought anything. We haven't borrowed anything yet. Let's get those raw. Oh, nationalize a major company. Well, let's hope that we can get... Oh, let's just get those 2 million kronor and nationalize, which might give us factories. Yeah, print money. Print more money. And we're gonna repay those debts with the money we just printed. Yeah, our solution to black money is gonna be printing monies. And then be printing monies. Cut military funding. No, that's not a good idea. Print more monies. Anyway, I think I'm going to be ending the episode right now. We have entered a new era for Sweden, for great social democratic Naziness. And we're going to try to get that Nordic Federation, July 1937. And hopefully... so the Nordic Federation triggers in Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. So the Finnish... We do not care about the Finnish. Let's hope that there's some way to, you know, bring people in, you know, attack people, blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, let's hope that this campaign isn't just, oh, Social Democrats. Social Democrats, what they, syndicalists, radical socialists. Okay. See, this is what I meant. Can we, like, fight these people? That's the question, because if I cannot fight these guys to make them democratic again, then we are fucked because we cannot get the Nordic Federation. But whatever, we're gonna have these problems soon, not now. So I want to thank you all for watching, hope you've enjoyed, I'll see you soon, and have a good day.